We welcome this opportunity to come into your homes today, and our topic is a very meaningful one in the church in this day and age: progressive Christianity. I'm John Sullivan for the United Church Cable TV project, and we have with us three guests who are going to help take a look at that topic as it applies in the world around us, in this country, really. As we continue, we'll see that the focus in Pathways is, I think it includes that, but maybe a little different emphasis?
It's a slightly different emphasis, John, because at Pathways, we look at not so much how one approaches their faith and the meaning of the Bible, but more importantly, how one responds to their understanding of the writings of the Bible.
So the response. The
response in terms of how we live our life. Now, I agree absolutely with Greta that we do understand that the Bible, the writings in both the Hebrew Bible and the Christian scripture, are human experiences and are not the Word of God. However, many people may approach those experiences and bring that into a particular belief system for themselves. And so Pathways is not about purporting any one belief system, but helps people enter into the experiences so that they can express it in their individual ways.
The Pathways literature includes reference to the word seekers.
Precisely. And in fact, just to follow up on what Greta was saying, in the past several years, we have seen, we meaning people in the institution of church, has seen a phenomenon, and that is an enormous number of people are searching for meaning, and yet they're not searching for it, like Ken, in our churches. What they're searching for is answers to their spiritual questions in the bookstores, in the self-help section and the spiritual books that have proliferated in the last century. The church as an institution, meaning all of the Christian churches, have looked at that and said, well, obviously there are a number of people that are still searching for some sort of answers within a faith or spiritual context, and yet they're not coming to our church. Why? So finally, we asked the question, why? And once we asked that question, we heard answers from people like Ken saying, what you are giving us in your churches are not feeding us. We are bored. It doesn't make sense. The kinds of theology that you are talking about no longer have relevance in our lives. And they don't have relevance, as Greta has said, because people have now come to understand for themselves questions of faith and theology that they didn't have access to before. And so Pathways has just simply responded to that quest. People are searching, they are seeking answers, and we should, as theologians or people of the church that have studied theology, we should be assisting these people in finding those answers, not preaching at them. Yes. So that's why it's seekers at Pathways.
Mary, your group is new, kind of.
It is, very new.
And probably people not yet prepared to echo Ken, and yet I think you were saying that, which Ken has said from your standpoint.
Mm-hmm. We launched Pathways only a month ago.
Yes.
And the concept of Pathways is, first of all, a regional church. And it is designed to create a new community with a forward-looking philosophy and theology. And as a regional church, part of my responsibility is creating a new worship experience, which isn't liturgically based so much as dialogically and interactive based. And another part of my job is to facilitate life skill programming that meets the needs of individuals in the community, whether they're a part of a church or not. And so we are creating programs that will be placed in all of our existing churches in the area that will meet the needs of the community of all ages. Anger management, intergenerational communication skills, healthy boundaries, programming that people are looking for to help live their lives as fully as possible. And I think that's also part of a church's role in society. So it's a two-pronged approach for Pathways. John, I would like to add, if I may for a moment, how important it is that we move into this understanding of the Bible as a human construction, as Greta said, because the God experiences of the ancient writers expressed how they understood the divine working in their lives in stories, myths, parables that express their understanding in that time. There is a huge amount of wisdom in that. Mm-hmm. And if we can open ourselves to enter into that wisdom from a point of joining in their God experiences, we can extrapolate from that what we need in our own lives. But if we are unable to enter into that as a human experience and simply follow their experiences as truth, then there is a disconnect between their lives and ours, because it's a 2,000-year-old culture. It's very different. I find that as we experience the Gospels and the writings from 2,000 years ago, from the joining in of their experiences, we are able to get a lot more wisdom.
We want to ask just one more question, and that is, where do you see all of this going in the future? More, less, the same? Question mark. And each of you maybe has a thought on that. Mary, where is it going in the future?
I think a deeper spiritually based movement that is going to be far more enlightened and closer to the divine than we've ever seen it before.
Greta and Ken and Mary, thank you so much for being our guests today. And thank you out there for being with us. We do hope you'll watch for further United Church Horizon programs. I'm John Sullivan for Horizon. Bye for now.